I drove from the one side of Nevada right through to the Vegas Strip by myself, just jamming to my playlists. It's like Sweet Home Alabama and all the soundtrack of Cars, and cruise all the way back by myself. That's one of my best experiences. But that same morning, we had 2 highway patrol cars shut down the Vegas Strip for me, and drive in front of me and behind me. So we had the strip to ourselves to do photography for cover of, I think it was Top Gear magazine at the time. That was one of my best memories. Now, you say you hate racetracks or track driving. Have you ever been on any of the international tracks?
I've been on a Barcelona one.
Barcelona,
But I can't remember
much.
but only because we couldn't. Well, like, first of all, I can't remember the name of the track, and second of all, we didn't do a lap. There were sections that were set up, and it was infinity, as in like the vehicle.
Oh, that was in California, wasn't it?
No, that was with Nissan.
Oh,
I know.
Excuse me, it's hard to keep up with.
I know, like same, but it was infinity, and it was with Colin actually, in Barcelona, and they had like set up like sections of the track, and it wasn't like a
full loop.
Your favorite international track? I know you've driven a few.
So not quite my favorite track, but it's a story around the track, was when we did the A45 AMG, Ulsterberg. The track is like a Ascari, where it's a bunch of corners from around the world's best tracks, kind of like looped together. They called it the mini Nürburgring, but I think everyone calls themselves the mini Nürburgring until they can't get away with it anymore. And that was great. But the highlight was a helicopter lands and it's Lewis Hamilton. And we get the option, you'll see a photograph somewhere there. And we get the option of either going on the track with Lewis or driving around like outside the track, like in the city, in the town. It's not even a city. So I choose that one. And Lewis Hamilton and I legit go for like a 40-minute drive.
And just the two of you?
Just the two of us. This was before I really like appreciated the value of video. So I had a GoPro and it's mounted on my side, like right up here against my face. Yeah, it's there somewhere.
Let me see.
I'll put it over there.
I don't know if I can point to it.
I will literally put it on the screen. This is 2023. We've got editing now.
For anyone listening on Spotify, go find it on YouTube.
Yeah, just know that it happened. But it was so cool because, now, keep in mind, I've not followed, but I'm aware of all the discourse around this dude. Like, it's ugly. But the guy I had in the car with me that day, we just chatted. He was so chill. I chatted about, I think he maybe appreciated the fact that we didn't talk about racing. We were like, asked him about his brother and what they would do for fun and the mountain biking and the VR, the sim racing and so on. And it's just a normal dude, and he was lighting up every time he was talking about his family and things besides the cars and so on that he actually enjoys. But it's a long time ago.
You have triggered a memory in my brain.
Oh?
Did I ever tell you? So you wrote that story for, who did you work for at the time?
It's either Top Gear or Top Car. I moved around. It's a bit of a slut at me at 24.
Whoever you wrote the story for. So the story ran, and then I won't say who in the team, but I'll tell you off camera who in the team was like, the team that I was in was like, he had all this time with Lewis Hamilton, and these are the questions that he asked him.
I'm aware that, let's say, 1 in 10 people thought it was a wasted opportunity.
I think it was great. I thought it was great.
But the other 9 people out of 10 was like, that was such a nice human story.
Yeah.
We don't actually get that. Because I think when you're that into motorsport, when you're that invested or entrenched, you lose your sense of humor. And you're a little bit of humanity. That's why the guys, when they do fight about motorsport, it always gets really, really ugly really, really quickly. And I've loved Formula One. The heyday for me was the Schumacher era. And I still love following it. But I can almost literally watch an F1 race today on Twitter, and it's fine. I don't need to be there for every single moment. There does need to be a distinction between a car enthusiast, someone who loves cars and someone who loves motorsport, because I find that they aren't always the same person. In fact, sometimes they're very, very different.
You also had him without his publicist,
Yeah, I think.
which I think makes a difference to someone's like on that level of fame when they are with you without the publicist. That makes a difference in like how they show up in a conversation.
I almost can't believe they let that happen. Like, we could have asked him anything, and he was.
He's probably well media trained also though.
He was well media trained, but I don't think that he. I think he let his guard down in a big way. Not because I'm some kind of a journalist, but because
Because you're a panda. Who wouldn't let the guard down with a panda?